Hey everybody, Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast, to tell you about my friend's music record shop. Find them at 4191A Manchester Avenue in the heart of the Grove. They've got brand new vinyl coming in every Friday. This Friday, they have records from The Replacements, Black Sabbath, Monkees, Devo, The Cars, Blue Man Group, Bad Company, Megadeth, Aerosmith, Motley Crue, and all kinds of stuff. So go down there, check it out. They've got 10% off all new purchases, free beer from Four Hands Brewery, new vinyl spinning in store. If you want to find out more information, go to their Facebook, Twitter, Instagram pages, or musicrecordshop.com.
5, 4, 3.
Hey, we're Pirate Signal, and you're listening to Rock Paper Podcast.
Yeah, this is Rock Paper Podcast with Shane and his guests. You will listen to what he says. Shane will drive to your house and bring you brownies and talk for hours, 'cause it's Rock Paper Podcast. Tell me why it's nothing but a podcast. Tell me why we're making this for your ass. Tell me why all you gotta do is download Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast.
And the salt on the wound, sticking a hole in my head, and I'm breaking all the rules, suckered in, fooled, I'll fall again, and I'm taking all my cues, listening to you, I'll lay you down and choke you out. And I'm breaking it up with you, broken up you, so I'll lay you down and choke you out. So find me, 'cause I lost you somehow. Find me, 'cause I lost you somehow. Find me, 'cause I lost you somehow. Find me, 'cause I lost you. Like the ghosts haunting you, troubled in
Hey everybody, Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast. Woo! Coming to you from St. Louis, Missouri. Inside Josh's van, hanging out with the guys at Pirate Signal. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hello.
This is definitely a first for me, guys. I've done these shows just about everywhere. I've mentioned a little bit. I've done a show in Mall Food Court and Taco Bell's and Steve's Hot Dogs, but never in a van. So yeah, this is definitely a new experience. So it's pretty exciting.
First for everything.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? There's lots of things you can do that are better in a van.
Yeah.
You know.
Podcasting, man.
Yeah.
Definitely better in a van.
On the road.
So let's go around the van and everybody say hi and introduce yourself so those at home know who's talking.
Hello. I'm Josh. I sing, play guitar, and I enjoy the outdoors and backpacking and long walks on the beach.
Yeah.
I thought those were only for us, Josh.
Well, they are. I only do them with you.
He still enjoys them. Well, you better. Okay.
All right, Austin, say something.
My name's Austin. I'm the drummer, which gives me about 10 cool points, but I'm also a ginger, which knocks my cool points down a couple.
I gave you a couple extra. Sitting comfortably.
Does that give me a couple extra? I don't know. People always refer to me as the redheaded stepchild.
You got superpowers, don't you, because you're a ginger?
Okay, fun fact.
Yeah, but they're like vampire powers.
Only
he has no soul.
Only 2% of the world has red hair and blue eyes, so I'm basically a majestic unicorn.
Very majestic.
I have a t-shirt
All right,
that says
and you,
so.
Brett?
We said we weren't going to talk about minorities.
Yeah, we're getting racist here.
I'm Brett, and I play guitar and make goofy noises with said guitar, and that's about it. That's my life.
You're not going to say anything about pizza?
Oh, and
honestly,
I very much enjoy pizza more than any man should, but
I live with this fucker.
And Nick.
I'm Nick. I play bass, and I'm in the back seat.
He's not important.
He's holding it down.
Yes. So I've been seeing your guys' name around town for a while now. I just recently really got started being able to see you guys a lot more. I saw you guys with the Divide the Empire at their release party at Pops, November or something.
Yeah.
And then I saw you guys again at Halo Bar after the Greek Fire show.
That was
fun.
That was a cool show. That was a lot of fun.
So yeah, I've been finally catching up, trying to make up for lost time, and seeing you guys around. And but yeah, always sound great. And I was like, I'd like to get to sit down and talk and get to know you guys a little better. And
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Is that why you're sitting on my lap right now?
Yeah. So I mean, this is very comfortable.
If you feel something on your thigh, don't be alarmed.
So let's talk about the band. How'd you guys get formed in this current lineup of the project?
Well, Josh would be the one to ask.
Yeah, that would be Josh's territory. This has been his band for God knows how many years.
Started a little before.
Yeah, it's been a while. I think it's been I think we really started in 2008. I've played with, it's been a revolving door here for a while, but I think this is the lineup that's we're going to stick with. Started off with Andrew Gowron on the drums and Matt Bosler from Talk, who's holding it down on the bass. And then Mike Owen from Fumer joined. He's playing the bass, and then the bass player a couple of people quit, so it was just me and Mike, drums and guitar, and I would hook my guitar up to a guitar amp and a bass amp and go crazy. And then we had a few other members. Keith Kepman joined, Nick joined, and then Brett took Keith's place, and then Austin came into play, and it's been magical ever since.
Yeah.
I think we played probably the best shows Pirate Signal's ever played, and been the most well received with this lineup for sure.
Okay. So how long you guys been this particular lineup then?
Oh, God,
6
since
months.
June.
Yeah.
I joined right when the War of Art came out, or right when you guys were finishing that up.
Yeah, that was November of 2013, wasn't it?
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Josh and Nick are the 2 oldest members of the band.
Literally and in terms of how long we've been.
Yeah, they're geezers. Brett, you joined like a little over a year ago, didn't you?
Yeah, last January.
Okay.
Yeah, I had gone to see Nick's other band, Optimus Rex, play, and
Who are
that night
fantastic, by the way.
I walked in
We tried.
and I caught the end of whatever Brett's band was, Cardboard Rebellion, and I was like, "Holy crap, these guys are awesome!" And I stayed in contact with Brett ever since, and we would shoot each other stuff that we were recording from home and whatnot, and then he ended up being our guitar player, and he's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Josh, did you know that I was there at that show when you met
I didn't.
Brett?
You were?
Yeah, he was playing.
I was the drummer for Cardboard
What?
Rebellion. Yeah, I was
No
there.
way!
Yeah. We just never talked.
What?
I used to book Josh's old band back in like 2004-ish, and we didn't remember each other until I joined Pirate Signal. We didn't ever hang out or talk or anything.
I just wasn't special enough for Josh to approach.
Well, you moved to fucking Tennessee, so...
Well, details.
I had a similar experience just a while ago with those guys, Divide the Empire we mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
When I was recording with them, I got to talking about a show that they played in Wentzville, and like I didn't really remember them, but I recognized the name, and then but I was trying to think of the 4th band on this bill that they played, and it happened to be Silent Hollow, who I've become good friends with now. And it was just kind of a crazy thing that we're all in the same room together, but I didn't realize it that years later that I will be hanging out with those guys and become a big fan of them. But
That's the thing about St.
Wasn't
Louis.
the Divide the Empire CD release show the first show we played at with this lineup?
Yes,
No,
yes, it
because we were
was.
supposed to have one before that, but Brent was sick.
Yeah,
The first show that we played with this lineup was actually without Brett.
right.
No, that's I mean, with all 4 of us. It was
yeah,
the Divide,
okay.
yeah, the Divide the Empire CD release show.
That was
the
our.
first one
You
we
saw our
played with
first
all
show.
4 of us, I'm
All
pretty
right.
sure.
We were opening for Finger 11, and Brett came down with this illness.
Brent came down with a stroke, basically,
That-
and couldn't walk or talk.
Josh
or,
refers to as AIDS.
No, it was, what was it, cerebral ataxia?
Yep, there we go.
Basically, he couldn't walk or talk.
Speak.
Like he had
or
to use.
couldn't use his fingers.
He was there, but barely. Like he was using.
He
a
got out of the
cane.
hospital that day, and we were hoping he'd be able to play with us, and it didn't. happen.
Yeah, he was too.
And I had to make the call. We practiced right before the show, and Brett.
You didn't have to make the call. It would have been made anyway.
I
There's
know.
way
No,
he
it
fucking
was-
playing.
He did have to make the call because I was looking at him. I was like, this isn't gonna work. But I don't want to be a
Yeah.
huge dick.
No, there's no way I was playing.
Okay. As long as you're aware.
He
of it.
tried to play. It
So we
sounded
put-
like
so
Marty
we-
McFly. Like when his hand was disappearing.
It was exactly like that.
When the
Right.
picture's fading away and he's
Yeah.
like, oh fuck, I'm not gonna exist anymore. It was
Yeah.
like that.
I can't move my hand. Yeah.
Which is sad because he actually has Parkinson's. So I feel I feel a little bad about talking about that.
Well,
Oh, okay. I was like, no, Brett doesn't have
No,
Parkinson's.
No, I'm talking about Michael J. Fox, bro.
he's like the spokesperson for Parkinson's.
Does Parkinson's need a spokesperson?
It's him.
Really? Is
Yeah.
that really?
He's done like commercials for it and stuff.
I wasn't aware of this. I need to get more involved in the Parkinson's scene.
So
Parkinson's.
We're making a
scene.
great impression.
we're very sensitive.
Oh, also, we're sticklers for political correctness. So
That
if
too.
you could please refer to all of us as Caucasians,
yeah.
that'd be great.
We just had that whole talk about gingers.
So how'd that 311 show, or not 311?
Finger 11.
Finger-
Very different
yeah.
than 311.
I would shit my pants if we opened for 311.
No, Finger 11 was super cool. They were very nice. They hung out with everybody all night. They weren't. They didn't act like rock stars, but we were kind of blown away because the Point used to play them once every 30 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And they just didn't draw any sort of crowd. It was really weird.
Hardly
what
anybody there.
There were way more bands there for the local bands.
Yeah, what happened was not that many people actually showed up for Finger 11. Everybody who showed up was there to see a local band, and then once their band was done, people
I felt bad
were just
because
leaving.
They were really cool.
The way it ended up was that we played in front of more people than Finger 11 did, which sucks. But
was it advertised well at all, or because
there was something happened with the point where they wouldn't run advertisements for it because they didn't have a new single out yet or something. I forget the details. I talked to
you know what this is?
Venue owner.
Yeah.
They did what they could.
Hi.
But it didn't seem to.
Who is this? C-Mac?
Get near the attention that it should have.
Right. Yeah, they used to play the hell out of like One Thing and First Time and
Paralyzer.
Paralyzer song
Paralyzer.
was the bane of my existence for like 3 years.
What
I
was-
changed the radio station so often.
what was really cool about that show, though, when they played Paralyzer, they like did it like a medley, and they combined it with Another Brick in the Wall, Pink Floyd, and the Genesis song.
Which Genesis song is that?
It's more the same, it's just a shame,
Right.
that's all. That one.
They
They all
were-
kind of have that same slow, groovy dance beat. That was badass.
Paralyzer is all I knew of them before that show. I am really glad that I saw them because I like them more now. They were, I was not a fan of them before.
We played this other really badass show with this band called Dead Sarah. That was probably
they
my
were awesome.
favorite show, or one of my top shows that I've ever been to, and we got to play it.
Her voice is phenomenal.
Dead Sarah is amazing. If you haven't heard of them yet,
I haven't heard of them.
you should look them up.
Yeah.
We'll do.
They covered Dazed and Confused. Her voice was friggin' perfect for doing Zeppelin.
Yeah, and there was a ton of people at that show. It was a good time. Austin wasn't in there yet. We had another drummer, Jimmy.
Jimmy nailed it that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Brett was playing guitar, and I think Brett had a good time, didn't you, Brett?
That was terrible. First time ever.
Right.
So one of the first introductions to you guys for me was Learn's local produce section.
Oh, yeah.
That's when
that was our CD release show.
Yeah.
In 2013, what I was talking about.
So that was I think she I don't. It might have been one of the first ones, maybe even the first one that she did, and she had my buddy's fivefold on there, and I started following her, posts and everything with that, and then your guys' name came up, and that's so that's a lot of where I first started hearing about you guys, and Learn's since been on the show and stuff. We've become. I didn't realize we have a ton in common. I didn't realize we're both 30. We both love music. We both just recently got married and stuff, and it was just a lot of stuff that we totally clicked on and had a lot of fun talking about. And
is this Rock Paper Podcast or Match.com?
It's a little bit of both.
eHarmony.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, so she's been super cool about everything and helping, doing her part a little bit to help out the local music scene and stuff too. So that's cool. Getting a little plug on KC and stuff.
Learn was awesome to us, and
alternative
her
rock music.
Visual or camera guy, Ben Vogelsang, is always really cool to us too. He's come to a couple of our shows since then.
Nice.
Yeah, we love Ben.
And who's the guy who's always at our shows taking those badass pictures?
Thomas Whitener.
Yeah.
Thomas
That guy is the
Whitener.
best.
Shout out to him because he takes some badass photos.
That guy, and he is just super cool. He comes out to so many shows, and every time I try to offer to buy him a beer, and he's like, "No, I don't really drink at shows."
Yeah, and the other girl who did those black and white photos.
Jesse.
I'm friends with her on Facebook, but I forget her name. That was the first time I met
Jesse.
her. I don't even think I met her.
Yeah.
Jesse McKay, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, those pictures were awesome. Did you
always
see
like having
those?
photos taken of.
My profile picture is one of hers.
I saw.
I don't even know if I actually met her that night, though.
Yeah, I used Whitener's pictures for the post today.
Yeah.
Those are really fun from the Halo set.
That was cool.
I have a framed one back here, actually, that Josh handed to me because I forgot it at practice on Sunday.
Austin's dad made some pictures of one of the photos that was taken that night.
One of Thomas's.
Framed them all for us
Oh, very cool.
for Christmas.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
So I
Pirate
read,
signal.
so I read on your guys' Facebook that you looking to get to recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
in
we're
the
trying.
talks right now, trying to figure it all out.
We've
and-
got more than enough songs to do a full length. We're just weighing our options. Recording's expensive, so we're
right,
weighing
do an
our
EP
options on
or
budget.
do a
and-
full length. It's
We're trying to figure out. Basically, we're weighing our options between touring, recording, hiring a publicist.
And this is all kind of going on at the same time, and it's a little immobilizing just thinking about all
Yeah.
of it
Yeah.
at the same time,
Basically, we need to win that lottery.
Sure.
right.
Yeah, that
Being
then we'll
run
be
right
set.
now,
that
probably.
will definitely help.
I didn't buy any tickets,
If we
so
won-
I'm hoping to just find one.
If we won that lottery, we could basically just like make ourselves be famous.
We would already be famous. We'd be all over the news.
That's true. Hey, we won the lottery, but in other news, we
Change
have,
our name to the lottery winners.
we have this band.
We could just change our name to Powerball.
I don't know about that. Powerballs.
So yeah, so
That's a good band name.
hopefully in
Maybe we should just name our
2016 we'll
album
have
Yeah,
new
Powerballs.
tunes.
What's
What'd you
that?
say?
Hopefully in 2016 we'll have a new release.
Hopefully, yeah, for sure.
Maybe 2018.
Yeah.
No, we I think as soon as we start, we'll get it done fast. I wasn't a part of the recording process for War of Art, but I know that one was a little more drug out and stuff. I think we're well rehearsed enough that we should just be able to go in and throw the tracks down. I don't think it would take near as long as
Yeah.
most
Slam
of the
band,
recording
thank you,
processes
man.
I've been a
Just-
part of.
In and out.
Yeah.
I mean, last time we recorded drum tracks, I got every.
Yeah.
I mean, at the time we were just doing 5 songs.
Yeah, we started on
for
one
an
right
EP.
when Austin joined, but ended up it wasn't
Hold on,
working out. But
I have to grab Josh another beer.
okay.
I mean, keep talking.
No, it's
We have to pause for the
Yeah.
beer. We cannot continue talking while you're grabbing a beer. That is way too much.
no.
you
We
go.
started on one with a friend, but it was just the scheduling wise, it just was not working out. And Austin had just joined, so basically he learned the songs and then went into the studio and laid them down. I think they're way tighter now, and
Yeah,
the
he
parts
hadn't-
are much more solid and well thought out.
Austin hadn't slept all night that night, and he goes to the studio and hammers out these songs, and like relatively quick, like 1 or 2 takes most.
And
of
they
them.
were solid. Even now, months later, when we were talking about recording, we were thinking about using those ones again. Even though he's more solid now, we still
Yeah.
talked about using those.
I just think it would be better to just start from scratch because, like they said, I had only been in the band for a short period of time when I recorded those
Like a couple
tracks.
weeks.
like a
Yeah,
couple
yeah.
weeks.
And obviously, I know all the music a lot better. Things are a lot tighter. I've written new fills that are more fitting. It's just better to start over.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm excited to hear some new stuff. Hopefully it won't be too long.
No.
So
We won't
Yeah.
keep you waiting.
you guys are looking to tour a little bit too here coming up.
Yeah, we're trying to get something set up for mid-March.
Yeah. You guys, is this going to be the van? Or are you guys?
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
We were
Not
probably
this
going to end
little
up renting a vehicle
peanut.
or borrowing.
Imagine pulling up to a venue in a minivan.
Right.
How seriously do you think you'd be taken?
Extremely seriously.
We got all our instruments strapped to the
Yeah.
top.
Oh man,
With the tarp
These guys
over
got a
them, of course.
minivan. They must be good.
Yeah. Hey, what that guy say? Don't judge him.
yeah.
Don't judge the cover of a book.
No, you
You
can't judge the cover of a book unless you're looking at it.
Yeah. You guys need to take that to heart. Okay.
He also told us to talk.
Nobody in the audience knows what we're talking about.
Okay, I'll tell
Probably
you.
fill 'em in.
I'll tell you what we're talking about real quick. So we're at our rehearsal space at Lemp Brewery, and we walk down the hall.
We were trying to find a quiet place to record.
Yeah, so we walk down the hall and we run into this drunk bastard wearing no shoes.
It's like 10 degrees out.
Yeah,
If that.
He's walking around these dirty ass floors in nothing but socks, which there's nothing wrong with. I mean, you want to be in touch with the building you're in. That's fine. But he just was going off just rambling about some nonsense.
I think it's very likely that he was homeless and just found the door left open.
That's fine. I'm cool with.
Well,
I'm cool with having.
I'm not going to kick him out. I mean, our room's locked. I'm just speculating that he probably didn't belong in there.
Are you guys making out with the camera up there?
Someone on Periscope is listening to the War of Art right now, and they say they like it.
Oh,
well,
thank you.
Tell them to stop listening and listen to the podcast.
Right.
They're listening to the wrong thing.
Sorry. No, please listen.
You're
we
doing
need
it wrong.
you.
Yeah, we do need you. More than you know.
I don't want to scare off our fans.
Yeah. So I think that should be the next shirt you guys make up. They should be.
Yeah.
They should have that quote on there.
Yes.
You can't judge a book
a cover of a book
without
unless you're looking at it.
Yeah.
I missed all this. I really am kind of sad I wasn't.
It was wonderful.
I mean, it's changed my life already, guys. I'm living my
I'm gonna
life.
make sure I look at all
by
the
that
covers
model.
of the books before I judge
good.
them.
Yeah.
Well, you have to be looking at it. How are you going to judge it? If you blink, there's a split second we're going to have a ton of doubt in your mind about.
I mean, that's like the problem with kids these days.
They don't look at
They don't
things.
look at the covers yet.
Well, the other problem is that
They
kids,
just
so
read
they're
the
just
books.
dumb as
Right.
shit.
And the other problem is they're not looking at books; they're looking at Kindles and iPads.
Yeah, how are you
Right.
gonna judge
yeah,
the cover?
damn
of that
right.
kids.
book?
And the words are. I mean, like it's totally different.
Like, how are you gonna judge the cover if you don't actually see it?
They can adjust screen brightness,
That's dumb.
all that.
Technology never got anybody anywhere.
When I was their age, I had to walk to school in the snow both ways, uphill.
It's a true
So-
story.
I was their age like 5 years ago.
When I was their age, nobody had cell phones, and that's a true story. My dad had a car phone.
We got some fans wrote in a couple of questions here.
Didn't they ask us about Star Wars?
Perhaps.
I hope so.
That might be one of them. Hold on, we'll get to them.
Okay.
I have some thoughts on that.
Well, okay. Aaron asks, "What is the meaning of life?"
42.
Yeah, 42 is definitely it.
I'm gonna go ahead.
No, that was
No,
it.
it is 42.
No.
It's been figured out.
But listen to my rebuttal here.
All right, fine. I just kicked over a beer. There's some beer left in it. Sorry,
I think the answer,
I'm
the meaning of life is 23, and I'm basing that solely on the movie 23, starring Jim Carrey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Well, whatever, Brett. I don't
It's
know.
in there.
I never
Yeah,
saw
right.
that. Anyway,
Brett,
the book.
Meaning
I'm
of
surprised you haven't said pizza. Pizza's the meaning of life, isn't it?
Have you not read the book Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? I can't even say
or
it.
even seen the movie.
I've seen the movie.
Well, it
Yeah,
was in there too.
the answer is 42.
Yeah.
I judged that book before looking at the cover, so
You can't do that,
Yeah,
man. You
sorry,
can't do
guys.
that.
The cover of that book is wonderful. It's so minimalist, and it's just beautiful.
All right, Brett.
You're not
You
looking
missed
at it.
I did look at it.
But you're not right now, so how are you
Brett
judging?
missed the
Shit.
joke. He missed the joke, didn't he?
yeah.
Yeah,
Completely.
I always miss the
Anyway,
joke.
your meaning of life.
you're too busy thinking about pizza.
Blake wants to know the origin behind the name.
Hey,
Josh, you
first
got
off,
this.
Blake, thank you for enjoying Pirate Signal and listening to it. I hope to drink a Natty Light with you soon.
Also,
Shout out to
was
Blake.
pronounced
Shout out to
Balake.
Blake. Let's see. The origin of the band name. Okay, that Pirate Signal is it's any sort of transmission that is trying to be suppressed or thwarted or something like that. Something run out of
Broadcasting illegally.
Yeah, illegally. In your mom's basement in your underwear. Your dirty underwear.
Sure.
You're
Underwear
really
have to be dirty.
All my underwear is dirty.
FCC always trying to
Right.
shut us down. None of that's true.
right. So that was basically the idea behind it. But it could be about pirates and booty.
Yeah.
Maybe if we were a rap band, that's what it would be. It might be like.
Maybe we will be. They haven't heard the new album yet.
So yeah,
Name
that's
the new album Pirate Booty.
You know what?
Pirate
If we
booty.
just sell out and become super mainstream, then we can change our entire demeanor to Pirates and Booty.
Yeah, I mean, our merchandise could just be called Booty. You know,
Yeah.
we could have a booty
Why
store.
isn't it?
By the way,
is our
we've-
merchandise not called
We've
Booty?
got a booty
Josh
table
actually
over
told me
there.
to do that on the website a long time ago, and
Yeah.
I didn't do it.
What's wrong with you?
We need some
He was sending mixed messages.
we need some big booties to man that merch table. And I'm not just talking girls. We're not sexist.
Oh
Guys,
man, some
guys, you got
big-
big booties. That's fine.
Yep.
We'll roll with it.
Love a big booty on a man. I would just go squishy squish, you know, in your hands.
I think we're learning some things about Josh right now.
Leave it to Josh to make it weird.
Josh, the only person in this car that just procreated and proved his heterosexuality.
Right.
Hey, you know what? Good for
Take
you, though.
that.
Good for you. Finally coming out of the minivan. Go.
Dan wants to know, what is your favorite type of sandwich?
Brett.
Ooh.
Ooh, Philly cheesesteak. All the
That's
way.
hard to
You
argue
mean Philly
with.
cheesecake?
I think when
That's
I
hard to
think
argue
of
with. I mean, that might
a
be-
sandwich that makes my mouth
So Philly cheesesteak.
water,
Philly cheesesteak. That's
so
it.
like a good Cuban
Oh, no.
Yeah.
or a
Wrong.
Reuben.
Wrong.
Rubens are good too.
Reuben or Cuban.
I already gave the right answer.
Your favorite sandwich is Philly cheesesteak.
So do we all collectively have to have one favorite sandwich?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Maybe we can replace Jared as the Subway spokesman.
Yeah, there
Hopefully
we go.
avoid his fate.
God knows he's not doing it anymore.
Right, he's doing something else.
Yeah, I hope somebody's doing things to him.
Nick,
Really?
what's your favorite sandwich?
Yeah, we already discussed
I'm
it.
thinking. I mean, are we counting like burger?
No, cold sandwich.
No,
Sandwich.
well, because I
It
love
can be
like
hot.
like a good buffalo chicken sandwich. too.
Okay, there you go. There's
So
that's an
good.
answer.
But I mean, but I don't know. I mean, Philly cheesesteak's pretty hard to argue with.
All right.
Buffalo chicken's good.
Poor man sandwich.
Like what would I make at home? Probably turkey.
Well, what? Okay, if I was on a desert island,
Like if I'm
and
buying
I had
lunch
to,
meat and
and
making a sandwich at home.
I had to live off of one single meal or one single sandwich the rest of my life, it would be turkey and Swiss with mayo for sure.
oh, boring.
no, I'm
Yeah.
down with that. Yeah,
But-
well,
but
no, yeah.
Well, whatever, Josh.
Recently, I've been doing a lot of ham turkey, Swiss cheddar, and then some like vegetable cream cheese on it.
All right, honest
Really
question.
good sandwich.
Has anybody here ever purchased Braunschweiger?
Yeah.
No, but it
What, they
sounds
have? It's
It's
disgusting.
delicious.
I didn't.
Are
I
you 90
honestly didn't
years
know they
old?
still made it. Right.
They used to serve that at the assisted living facility.
Yeah,
that
and
I
it's
worked with.
delicious.
I didn't know that anybody under the age of like 45
My great
had even
grandma
heard of
used to
it.
give it to me all the time, and it was the best.
Man, I worked with this black chick named Corvetta.
Well, that explains it because your
Shut
great
up.
grandmother passed
No,
down. It's like
shout
a
out to
family recipe
Corvetta.
at that point.
the reason that I say that she's black, listen to my story, is because
We said we were leaving race out of this.
we were
You whore.
one night we were serving
sexist.
Braunschweiger, or however you say it, and
Hey, men can be whores too.
I guess. Sorry. Go ahead. Braunschweiger.
yeah, we were serving Braunschweiger at this place I used to work at, and she had never heard of it before. She walks by and reads the sign. She's like, Braunschweiger. I'll show you some brown swagger.
But now my grandpa used to make sandwiches that were a thick slice of Limburger cheese and onion, and that was it. And he made me eat that. He made me take a bite. Have you ever had Limburger cheese? It
smells
like
great.
smells like rotten eggs.
My grandpa-
only worse.
I don't know if he still does it or not, but he used to make these sandwiches that literally was just bread, butter, and sliced up onions.
That works.
That
Yeah, but added some Limburger cheese, dude. That
This whole conversation is just making me think of Bad Santa.
this is actually a great
What is it
question.
with you and the fucking sandwiches?
This is a great sandwich.
How much lettuce do you want on these sandwiches? Let's see what else we got here.
Sandwiches?
Yeah, we should probably move on to the next.
Dan, he was killing it here with these questions. Wants to know,
Dan who?
Dan, your mom.
Is it? No, I just want to know if it's Dan we know.
I mean,
I was just wondering.
It's
if
a
it's
fan.
not, then,
Dan Rohde.
nah, I don't know.
Ooh, I know him. He's cool.
Dan wanted to know also, if you won the Powerball tonight, what guitar and amp would you buy first?
Oh, that's easy. A 1959 X Marshall and a. Well, the guitar's a little bit more difficult, but I would probably go with like a 59 Gibson SG, or no, Les Paul. I mean, or maybe a later SG.
Black Beauty, like the Epiphone you just got.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not a bad call.
Or
That's always been one of my dream guitars.
Or a gold top.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
Do you guys go to the guitar store like in Wayne's World and be like, someday she'll be mine? Oh yes, someday she'll be mine.
Whenever we win the lottery, me and Brett are just gonna walk up in there, and he's gonna be like, "Can I pay for this in cash?" Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Stairway denied.
Or an old
No
Gretsch
stairway
Electromatic.
denied.
Ooh.
No, when I first started playing guitar, I kind of got into that mindset, and I started buying everything, and now I have like 10 guitars. Not counting.
Too few. You need more.
Well, not counting the basses. The basses I wasn't even counting. I just mean guitars. And at some point I realized that like if I want to like actually pay my bills, play music, I need to stop buying gear because now I'm just like supporting a habit.
Yeah, for the first time in my life, I only own one drum set.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can ask Brett.
I'm
I
trying
used to have like
I'm
5
trying
at
to
a
scale
time.
back on the gear. If I really like the setup I have now. I just have a guitar wise, I've got a Telecaster Deluxe and a Vox AC30. I would probably get a much nicer AC30, like one of the hand wired, higher end ones, as opposed to mine. But I just really like that amp.
I'm pretty sure if we won the Powerball tonight, though, we could pretty much buy
Anything. I know. I wouldn't be. See, that's why I haven't. I'm so broke that that
Expensive
question
things aren't
is really hard for me to even imagine.
Yeah.
I would
Because
get
I don't know what's
a.
out there.
I would get a Jag Stang
Oh, come on.
and a
Colt
PV
from Colt?
practice amp. Yeah.
No, go
Colt's still rocking that Jag.
go
thing.
with
He's
the,
been playing that since I met him.
Go with the Jack White Sears guitar.
Or that.
Dude, he makes him sound awesome.
They
With a crate practice amp, Nick. Don't you like the way crate practice amps
They're
sound?
like my number one favorite tone.
Right.
they
That cracked me up when I saw Kay Clive and he was playing through like just a tiny little like 15-watt Fender practice amp sitting on a chair.
I mean, honestly, it sounds like he is on the
I know.
recordings.
No, I know. It's great. He just has an acoustic guitar plugged into that, and it was awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I still, my point was I stopped looking at expensive gear when so I don't even know what's out there.
I mean, what can I say? Cake raw dogs it.
I don't even know what's out there.
I was listening to the Stern Show on the way over, and they were saying even after taxes, and if you take the buyout or whatever payout or whatever, the after taxes and everything, you still would walk away with like
Half a
$970 million or something like that.
Damn.
Yeah, the lump sum is like 900 something million.
So it's like 1.5 billion right now or something like that.
Hey, did you guys know that that if the government took all of the lottery cash,
Government with a B.
the 1.5 billion dollars, and they just gave it to one person in the whole, 350 million people in
That
the
was the
United
fucking
States.
300 million. Yeah.
300 million people in the United States. Each person would get like $4 million.
I have like 6 friends who shared that.
That's fact, man.
That's fact.
That's math.
Hashtag
Indisputable.
Hashtag real talk.
Hashtag.
No, you know what?
Greedy.
I had like 6
government.
friends who shared that.
You know
That
what?
I saw.
You know what was stupid about that though? I saw that picture, and obviously the real number is $4.33.
Yeah.
So everyone's
Enough
like,
to buy a cat.
"Yeah, we can go buy some Taco Bell." But I saw one that said each person would get $4.3 million. Let's go buy us some Taco Bell.
Any Taco Bell?
I could spend that much Taco Bell.
Yeah, could you? Jesus.
No, I don't think it's possible.
Wow.
I mean, you could buy the Taco Bell.
True story. A buddy of mine who used to work at Taco Bell, they got one of those a box of the frozen meat that they use. But this particular box must have missed the dyeing process. And so it was just translucent gristle, like this just frozen translucent stuff.
That's like Crystal Pepsi.
Yeah, the meat that they use is apparently not even brown.
So
it's clear, and then they dye it.
While we're on the note of shitty restaurant service, I don't mean to talk shit on Applebee's. Applebee's is a fine establishment.
I worked there for quite a while.
But oh my god, don't go there because
I agree.
A microwave is their head chef.
They no joke. I worked there. I think we had 6 microwaves on the line.
Yeah, I worked there for like 3 days. And we ran out of broccoli cheddar
6
soup.
microwaves.
And I'm like, hey man, we need some broccoli cheddar soup. He's like, okay, I'll go get some. I watched this guy go back in the freezer, bring out like this giant brick of frozen soup.
Yep.
He cracked it on the corner of the table, like just chopped off a hunk and threw it in the microwave.
Well, and any of these industrial strength microwaves, and the one I worked at, they're all right at like face level. So if I ever get a brain tumor, I know who I'm suing.
I think we have more chances of a nuclear holocaust based on what restaurants feed us from microwaves.
Yeah. Applebee's.
Man. All right. What's the next question?
Can you grab me?
It was the Star Wars one.
Black Eyed Peas.
While you're reading a bit of trivia, Austin was my old manager from Applebee's nephew, and we didn't figure that out until after he joined the band.
Austin, can I get one?
Am I the bartender for the minivan?
Yep.
I don't know how to do that.
Josh, you want one of these?
All right.
Sure.
Here you go. Here, I got it. Austin.
I think the last fan question is from Dan also, and he asked, is Kylo Ren an emo bitch in Star Wars The Force Awakens?
Of course he is. He cried like 3 times in the movie.
Explain why or why not.
I'll say yes and no.
I will say, at first I thought so, and then I started thinking,
the motherfucker killed his own dad. Come on.
No, but he cried before all that.
Yeah, he was throwing little
nonsense.
hissy fits and stuff,
Yeah.
But that's the whole thing with the dark side. It's very aggressive and emotional.
It's based on not controlling your emotions.
Right.
Letting your emotions.
We're talking about Star Wars here.
I mean, did you see Anakin in Episode 3? What a big fucking crybaby he was.
Yeah.
The one thing I feel like people missed in that movie, because I heard a bunch of people talking about how, like, he got his ass kicked by a bunch of noobs.
Right.
He got shot by a fucking bowcaster.
They spent half the movie going over how powerful Chewie's bowcaster was just to set that up. And I feel like half the audience missed it. And was like, oh my god, he's such a pussy.
Right.
The bowcaster.
Yeah, the bowcaster is badass,
He's
too.
bleeding all over the place and still chases him down and fights him, and everybody's like, oh, what a wuss.
Well, the bowcaster was like knocking out, entire groups of stormtroopers.
Yeah, they'd like hit the ground in front of people and it'd kill like 6 people.
Should they have found a different actor to play that part? Yes, because
Probably.
that guy
just doesn't look intimidating.
Because that guy doesn't even look like he can drive yet.
Yeah.
Who? What?
Adam Driver.
Oh, right. He's cool in girls.
He is baby faced.
I don't know. I thought he was a pretty good casting for that.
They should have had him grow a beard.
I was alright. I'm alright with it. I think people are just trying to.
They're just pissed
people
off that
wanting
he
to
killed
be this
Han Solo.
crazy, awesome, badass bad guy, but I mean he's not.
Well,
like that's kind of the point, is that there's like emotional depth to it, and
Should we have said spoiler alert before all this?
Probably.
Just whenever you
just
post
when you post it, yeah,
just put spoiler alert.
Well, no, see, if anybody hasn't seen this movie at this point,
I haven't seen it, but
are you serious?
I haven't either.
I haven't seen the other ones either. So.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Get out of this
We
man.
probably sound like we're just talking a foreign language.
Yeah, I don't know what I blanked out whenever you guys started talking.
It sounded like just the teachers from Charlie Brown.
I think
As
you
soon as we
may
got
lose
to
some
ranting.
fans over this.
Oh yeah.
We should probably go watch the movie like tonight.
Or maybe
all
just
of them.
edit
Marathon
it.
them all.
Oh my god. That
No,
was sick.
I don't know. I've watched.
The prequels are garbage, by the way, if you're going to watch them.
Yeah, I think I watched
three's not bad.
at least some of the stuff.
Maybe you should call them.
And a lot of 2 is good. Not
If you cut out the love scenes, too,
What is all that shit
Which is
happening
happening.
on the screen right there?
That means someone is liking what we're talking about.
Oh snap! Oh snap, we're
It
famous.
looks like somebody's smoking a pipe in the bottom corner. What is it? Like,
Those are hearts.
I can't tell from back here.
They're little pink,
They're marijuana
froofy
hearts.
It's
hearts.
like somebody's blowing bubbles.
Oh, speaking of marijuana, fun fact. They're opening a medical marijuana dispensary in Collinsville, Illinois.
No way.
Sure are. Yep,
Wow.
heard that today.
Well, lucky you two.
Wow, I don't have a prescription for.
You don't think you can get one?
I mean, my dad could definitely prescribe me one, but I'm not saying he would.
I forgot who said it, but there was somebody who was like,
Apparently, it's like the easiest prescription to get.
yeah, that's what the joke was. Like, they were like, scary movies scare me, and, like, okay, here you go. And, like,
I have anxiety. I have IBS. I have
And
many things
that's
for
actually
these two.
and that's actually true though. Like I do have some of those things.
Mhm.
So
Right.
I
Scary
there you go.
movies scare you.
problem solved.
You know?
No, I was.
What's funny
true
though?
story. I was having stomach issues until I didn't. I'm 31 and I didn't start smoking until I was 29. I was having all sorts of stomach issues, and then when I started, they
What are
magically
you
went away.
doing, Josh?
What's funny though is that you could walk into a doctor's office and say that scary movies scare me, and instead of suggesting not watching scary movies anymore, they're like, here's a
Yeah, you
prescription
should.
for
You just
medical
need to get
marijuana.
high before you watch.
You just need to get real stoned. And
If
then-
you were baked, you'd
would
be
fr-
fearless.
But the sad reality of it is, if you're watching a scary movie baked, then it's gonna scare you that much more.
It makes you. Yeah, no, it makes you think much more about it.
So this week Bowie passed, and last week Lemmy passed.
God rest him.
So how you guys feeling about that?
I heard Lemmy passed. I saw it on Facebook, and I thought it was a hoax because those happen all the time, and I didn't honestly believe that Lemmy could or would ever die. So I immediately ran upstairs to the bartender at the place I was playing and did a shot of Jack with him, and then immediately went home and shaved my facial hair into Lemmy beard and wore that around for a solid week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looked like an old-timey inventor from like the 1800s.
Yeah.
I did hear some. Well, I don't know. I mean, but there's a movement going on trying to get Jack and Coke named the Lemmy.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I'm
that would be cool.
all 100% on board with it.
Yeah.
Brett, do you want to say something
They
about
were-
Bowie?
Yeah, well, we stayed. Austin and I stayed up super late on that night, and by the time I went to bed, I jumped on Facebook and I saw a friend post about Bowie passing, and I was pretty distraught all night. I ended up staying up all night and not sleeping at all.
I shared a video on Facebook of Jordan Rudess doing an incredible piano tribute to Bowie. He was playing Space Oddity.
So good.
And it really brought a tear to my eye. If anybody hasn't seen that, go to Jordan Rudess's page and look that up. It's really crazy. And he just I don't know what he did. I guess he just composed that shit like that morning. But it's intense.
Scott Weiland died too.
I was a little more distraught
Like-
about that
Yeah, see, I was. I mean, you
for me,
could see
Scott
it
Weiland
coming.
than Lemmy for me.
For me,
me.
Scott
Well-
Weiland's been dead for years. Cause,
Right.
I mean, he hasn't. He's been so strung out.
Well, that's no way to think.
Sorry, real quick. Aside from the emotional shit, there was also a petition to get. They discovered 4 new heavy metals on the periodic table in the past year, and there was a petition to get one of them named Lemmium. So I shared that on Facebook for sure, and I think like 6 other people shared it off the one I posted. So I think it's catching on. That'd be really awesome if they did that. But
What did you guys get to see any of those guys live?
I saw Motorhead live at the pageant. Loudest show I ever saw.
I wasn't even born yet when Bowie was in his prime, unfortunately.
I was hoping to catch Bowie. I was hoping to catch his tour after that last album, but obviously that didn't happen. So
I got to see Stone Temple Pilots open up for Aerosmith.
Whoa!
Wow.
At Riverport. That was a cool show.
The time I went to see Aerosmith, Three Doors Down opened up.
that's a goofy opener.
Doesn't the
That
guy
doesn't fit at all.
look?
Well, and there was like a tornado that came through, They made us all go to our cars and like stuff.
Where was that at?
At
Riverport?
Yeah.
That shit happened to me when.
Oh, was that like the tornado that hit Bridgeton?
No, I don't remember.
The storm only lasted for like. It like blew through so fast. I don't know.
Yeah, it might have not actually really been a tornado, just like a severe storm.
Okay.
And like they made us go to the car and sit and like. So I watched 3 doors down, and then I went back to the car, and then they wait till the storm passed, and then they were going to tell us on the radio that Aerosmith was coming out. And it got to the point like we waited, and it started getting pretty late, and we had to work in the morning or something, and so we ended up going, and like I knew like as soon as we were going to leave, like that's when Aerosmith would come on. So. And I think that's pretty much what happened too. But so I never got to see Aerosmith.
That happened to me at Warped Tour. Granted, there wasn't anybody at Warped Tour that I immensely cared about seeing.
There never is anymore.
No, there never is anymore. But the last one I went to over the summer, there was a big storm that came through, and a lot of people just left. But everybody else who decided to stay, there were people all over, like security, like rounding people up and making people go under the actual like amphitheater, the cover part, and there were people packed in that bitch like sardines.
Yeah.
We should totally cover some David Bowie at our next show, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
If you want to.
Like,
Yeah, man.
Like I know I've been talking about.
By the way, the next show.
I think badass, but David Bowie
Yeah,
definitely,
we gotta get this
like
out there.
musically.
We got to get the next show out there.
Influenced by him.
Space
Yeah.
Oddity
Which
or
is
I'm Afraid
what?
I
What?
cover Space Oddity.
Well,
like
for the
every
people in St.
freaking time I
Louis,
like you.
it's going to
Like
be
solo shows.
the next show in St. Louis is January 30th at the Heavy Anchor, and we're playing with Talk, which is awesome band from St. Louis.
They were just on this
Incredible.
podcast recently too, weren't they?
Yeah, not too long ago. Yep.
Those guys are cool. They're going to be playing. We're also playing with a band. I think they're from Nashville called The Tip, and they sound awesome. I listen to them. They're kind of like
Just the tip.
glam rock.
No, they're not just the tip. They're the tip.
Yeah, they're The Tip. Not just The Tip.
Their tip must be huge.
Yeah, it's gotta be. And then Dog of Panic
From Springfield.
Springfield,
Illinois.
We're playing
Illinois.
a couple shows with them coming up soon. We just
Yeah.
played one with them.
Yeah, they're
We'll be
really
playing
cool
some more with
guys.
them.
And we're going to be playing with them
Hopefully in Springfield and in Chicago.
in Springfield on the 29th for their CD release show.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. That's January 30th at the Heavy Anchor. Gonna be what's like $10 tickets or something like that.
No way.
It'll be under
$7 or
10,
something.
probably.
Yeah, maybe
Heavy
7.
Anchor's never pricey.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
everyone should go to this show. This show's going to be a good one.
And-
We
and
haven't
seriously,
played
if
with
you ha-
we haven't played with Talk in a really long
If
time.
anybody hasn't seen Talk, they're probably my favorite local band. Not probably. I mean, they're definitely the most entertaining local band around, in my opinion.
Shout out real quick. My favorite local band is Midnight Reveille. Shout out to you guys because you guys fucking rock.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
We played with them.
Those guys were
at
cool.
Pops.
Pops at St. Louis. This is worldwide podcast.
Yeah.
y'all.
Oh yeah.
So
Global.
yep.
Yeah. Midnight Reveille.
That was the show when you first saw us, wasn't
Yeah.
it? At
So,
Pops
it's all
in
the
St.
same-
Louis.
All the same show. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm checking the event page. It doesn't have a price on there that I can see.
But yeah,
$7.
those guys will be on the show here shortly. Trying to get around town recording with all my favorites. So
You were just a little slut. aren't
yeah,
you?
man, I get around,
A
man.
little band slut.
Yep.
Just
Especially
like,
there are local bands.
I don't know, man. There seems to be no shortage of talent.
What's your favorite local band?
Being completely unbiased.
Not counting Pirate Signal.
Yeah, right.
Because obviously that's your favorite.
right?
We're at least in the top 60.
2.
62, top 62.
No, 2.
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, it probably changes daily. Really, like there's a ton of people I love watching, but I don't know if I can say I have a favorite.
Do you have a top 3?
I mean, I love
The Urge?
I love the Urge. I love Aaron
never
Cam and the One Drops.
I have not got to see them yet.
Yeah, they. I
I've
love.
watched some of their stuff online, and
They're-
that Eric Cam dude could shred.
Yeah, they're fantastic, man. Funky Bud Brass Band,
Okay.
Brother Lee and the Leather Jackals,
I think they were practicing tonight.
Yeah, they're right upstairs.
There's a ton of super talented people around town, and that's kind of the crazy thing about doing the show, man. It's like I started doing it just to want to hang out and talk to my friends and plug stuff, and then like all of a sudden, like the show started doing work for me. I'm meeting more and more people, and I'm networking out farther and farther, and I realized there's so many great bands in this town that I had never heard of until started doing the show. So that's kind of been my
St.
mission.
Louis is a very disjointed music scene.
It does. It really does.
It's depressing because there are so many good bands here.
Like, has anyone heard of the Mercs?
No,
Yeah,
I've never heard that name.
so good.
Yeah,
So good.
me and Brett went and saw them, and those dudes are awesome. Like, they can hold it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, if not, you should go check them out, Shane.
Sure.
The Mercs.
But
I think that's what I think a lot of bands from around here need. We all need to put a lot more effort into setting up shows and not just booking shows, but like going out and finding bands that we like and setting up shows with each other
and
so
collaborating.
So we can all introduce our fans to each other. Basically, there's it's depressing to me, like going to a show and then you're playing with like 4 bands you've never seen or heard of and don't care about, and knowing there's so many other talented and like-minded people that we could be playing with.
Well, because a lot of times when we play a show, especially if it's a smaller venue, we're playing in front of the other bands.
Yeah.
And their girlfriends and their families or whoever. And there's nothing wrong with that because it's all networking. You know, you meet these people and working together just leads to bigger and better things.
Well, see, for me, like I was big into like this more alternative rock scene over Pops. You know, a lot of my friends were playing over there and doing that kind of stuff. And then, but like there's a huge
South City.
yeah.
You
There's
know,
a lot of like this garage rock sound.
Yeah, South City, South Grand area.
All
Bruiser Queen.
Yeah, pretty much everything on
The
Cherokee.
Vigilettes. Have you seen them yet?
I
That's
haven't
my
seen them.
sister's
Yeah.
band. They're pretty cool.
I talked to her at that Thanksgiving Eve talk show. I was talking to her.
You talking about sister?
Yeah,
What you talking to her about?
talking about them. But yeah, like so there's just there's a lot. Like I said, you know, even myself, I thought I knew quite a bit about St. Louis music, and I realized I didn't know shit, and I'm discovering more and more new music all the time. So
That's how I feel, and I've been around the local scene for like 4 years now.
yeah.
And since I joined Pirate Signal, I'm like, well, I'm an idiot. I didn't think we had this much talent here.
Right. Well, that's why I'm trying to make it my life goal to try to introduce people to a lot of new music around town, and so I'm trying to do my part. So
That's a good goal. What are some of the recent local bands that you guys have seen that really impressed you?
Ooh,
Fumer.
Fumer's great.
Fumer
Living
is
Room
awesome.
Lava.
Oh, fantastic.
They need a new drummer, but I freaking love that band.
Fantastic.
Like just their sound in general. I don't know.
Yeah, they're a little off kilter, but it's so good.
I love it.
So good.
Fumer. Remember we
I still
went
haven't
and
seen
saw
them.
them. You haven't seen them, Nick?
I don't think so. You told me I should look at them for booking a show, but I found other bands before I.
Damned Holy
Talk to them.
Rollers is fantastic.
Hell
too.
yeah.
They are so good.
Have you seen them?
I saw Damned Holy Rollers and Fumer in one show. That was great.
yeah, I don't know any of these.
Was
guys.
that show?
Yeah, that was
yeah.
the same show. Yeah, that was a good show. And
What was
Brett,
the band that was in the middle? They were from out of town. They were really good too.
Brett and weren't us? You were
No,
there,
he
weren't?
wasn't there.
Oh, he wasn't. Oh, that's right. Brett wanted to go see a Queens of the Stone Age tribute band that night, but I talked him into going and seeing Fumer and
then
Damn It Holy
Fumer ended
Rollers.
up covering Queens of the Stone Age song, so it worked out perfect.
Yeah, and it was good.
Yeah. I had a couple of questions also for you guys that I wrote down, kind of getting into this local thing, but we can broaden it out to national. But what would a dream lineup be for a Pirate Signal show? What would, if you guys could do something, put together?
I would say probably, for me, it would definitely be Talk, and Damned Holy Rollers and us.
Yeah.
I
And
think
Fumer.
I feel like Fumer may be a little. Yeah. We could go with Fumer too. That would be sick.
Yeah.
I think that may be just too much talent in one room, though. It might be too much for people to handle. That would be a killer show.
I would have to agree with Brett. And I know there's a lot of other, killer bands out there.
Throw Mercs in the mix,
The Mercs,
too.
yeah.
That would be cool.
This is going to be an all-night event.
Yeah.
Nick, what about you? What do you have any?
I just did our Cedar Lee show. I booked, like I said, Living Room Lava. We played that one show with them at 2 Cents Plain. I booked a Cedar Lee show from my other band, and they were one of the first people I contacted just because they hardly ever play, but they're so good. I wish they... I know they're looking for a new drummer right now, but they were awesome. Totally different genre, but Scene of Irony is always a blast.
Yeah.
Like, just fun to hang out with, and always
Mo.
doing shots
Shout
to
out
Jameson
to
with
Mo. You know Mo?
Nope.
No?
They're,
you don't
Scene of
know
Irony?
Mo?
Mo's, yeah, you should do one of these with Scene of Irony. They're great guys. Mo's huge into the local scene, but more punk rock scene.
Yeah.
But just awesome dudes. He used to run internet radio show off Riverfront Radio, and we, years ago, like 2006-ish, went on his show a few times with my old band. But great guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the other thing is like, because doing your dream show, it's not just having great bands there, because you could have like 6 great bands on the bill and then 5 fans show up. It also just depends on who's going to be there that makes it a party. And
Sure.
Well, that and all the music kind of needs to complement each other,
Yeah. I honestly like variety in a show too, though.
Well,
like
just
for it to be,
Yeah, well, because I was going to say for our perfect lineup, I would put Midnight Reveille in there just because they are hands down my favorite local band. But at the same time, our music and their music really don't mesh together. They have a real, light kind of poppy, funky sound, which I love. But
I think they're a lot more blues.
they got that
bluesy,
blues in
funky.
them.
Yeah. But that's just not really the style that we play.
Yeah.
And as much as I love listening to that music, I would find it a little weird if, we opened up for them or they opened up for us.
Sure.
It's just 2 very different ends of the spectrum.
I love that, though. I love going to shows where none of the bands sound anything like each other. It just breaks up the monotony.
I like it when they sound similar, not like completely different. Like have someone singing country.
Wow, no, nobody likes country.
Well, I like country. I like
Stop
old
liking
school
country, John.
country.
That's not.
You're wrong.
When you say country, people think Toby Keith, and if you
Right.
mean Johnny Cash, just say Johnny Cash. The word country has been hijacked, but I get what you're saying.
I like bluegrass, but
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of bands. I would like to play with Dead Sarah again.
They were awesome, and I would totally put them any day.
Let's go around the van and what was your first concert?
Weird Al.
Well, nice.
No joke.
Nick's first concert
Weird
was
Al.
Weird Al.
First non spoof artist, Carlos Santana, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
I saw Weird Al, man, up in Columbia.
He puts on a great
It was
show.
just,
He's
incredible.
hilarious.
Did like a costume change really for every song?
Every song. His makeup people
Yeah.
must be gods. I mean, they're so
Yeah.
fast.
when I saw
Doesn't
Iron
make any
Maiden,
sense.
Bruce Dickinson did the same thing. It was like
Did he
every
put
other,
on a fat suit, including fat fingers?
Well, no, but
Because
every
Weird
other,
Al did.
every other song, his hair was different. Everything looked different.
Huh.
I don't know how he didn't
Yeah.
catch on fire with all the
Yeah, all the
product he
product.
put in his hair, because he was standing 10 feet away from these
Man.
huge flames.
Yeah, Weird Al
Crazy
was.
show.
Weird Al puts on a hell of a show.
Yeah.
Experience.
I would consider my first concert. I saw the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Those are my all-time favorite band. That's my all-time favorite band. Always have been, always will be, as far as I can see. But I saw them at Scott Trade with my brother-in-law, who's a cop. And the most vivid thing I remember is just jamming our asses off, and there were tons of people around us smoking pot, and he was like, I could bust so many of these people right now.
Huh?
I was like, don't be that guy.
Was
man.
that the
don't be that guy.
the Stadium Arcadium tour?
No, it was actually pretty recently.
Oh, okay.
2010, I want to say.
Yeah, that probably would have been. No, Stadium Arcadium would have been before.
And that wasn't my first concert, but that's what I consider to be my first real
Experience,
awesome
like-
concert experience. Yeah.
How about you, Brett?
Well, my first concert period would have been Bobby Shue, which is a jazz trumpeter. I think he may have passed away somewhat recently, but I don't remember for sure. But my first rock show was Styx Foreigner in Kansas, and that was awesome. Although Foreigner totally showed up Styx, which was the headliner.
Who are we going to see in Wichita when you and me broke down?
That was 10 years. Seether
And I Empire, right?
Empire.
Yeah. So Brett and I are driving to Wichita to see this band. I'm getting in for free because Brett's like, I just have this extra ticket. Do you want it? And I was like, yeah, I'll drive down there. My car starts overheating, and we break down in Boonville, Missouri. Have you ever heard of that? Boonville, Missouri.
I'm sure I passed through it.
It's like a half hour out of Columbia.
Yeah. So and my dad, I live in Muscuda, so I'm sure nobody knows what the fuck that town is. But that's about a 3.5 hour drive from Boonville to Muscuda. So my dad had to come and get us. Well, first of all, the tow truck guy showed up, and Brett decided he was going to walk like 1.5 miles down the road to a gas station to get a drink. And while he was walking back, the tow guy showed up through my car on the lift, and he was like, "Are you coming?" I was like, "Well, my friend's still like a half mile down the road. What do I do? Can we wait on him?" He's like, "No, man, I got a time schedule to keep. We got to go right now." And so I ended up having to leave Brett stranded on the side of the fucking interstate, and he had to. And this is in the middle of the summer too, so it's like blistering hot. He ends up having to walk like 4 or 5 miles down to this Ford dealership that this guy took me to. That was a.
Couldn't drive a half mile to go pick him up.
Yeah, I guess not. That was an experience.
Yeah.
I guess I think my favorite, or my first real rock and roll kind of show experience had to have been seeing this band called Grandma Train. You laugh now.
Of course, Josh says the band. that
Well,
no
duh,
one's
we're
heard
gonna
of.
laugh at the name Grandma Train,
Grandma Train. Grandma Train.
like grandmother, grandma,
Right. Well, it's GRAMM
Like gramophone.
grandma.
ATRAIN.
I love you, grandma.
You know, Grandma Train.
Grandma Train.
Those dudes killed it. It was a 3-piece band that sounded like at least 4 members.
That sounded
Pete
a lot
Stewart
worse than I intended it to.
is the singer, songwriter, guitar player for that band, and he is badass. And I got to see him, and I was so thrilled. And then he became my friend on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, friend in quotes, like friend. But yeah, he accepted my friend request, and I was like, holy crap.
Friendship is like a legally binding friendship.
Okay.
You are friends.
All right, I didn't know that. I thought it was just kind of like a...
No, it's not just like a term. It's
You are not excited enough for this.
Dude, Pete Stewart is my Facebook friend.
friend.
Yeah.
He is your friend.
Yeah. All right, guys. This has been a lot of fun.
Of course,
It's
thanks for doing
unique.
it. Thanks
It's
for
in a
coming.
band,
Yeah.
It's Stay Nice Award.
Yeah.
This actually, I feel like this actually worked out all right.
This
I'm having a good
It's
time.
comfortable. You sit in a nice, chair with a soft seat.
yeah.
So anytime you come back to interview us again, we're just gonna default to Josh's
Sure.
band.
I mean,
Yeah, even if it's summer.
I might be bringing some other bands by to the van, and let's record them.
All right.
Josh is the end for everything.
Cool.
Josh, I need to borrow your van.
Again.
So yeah, again, come see these guys January 30th at the Heavy Anchor.
$7.
$7 to see
Playing
them.
Latak.
Latak and
If
Dog
you're under
of
21,
Panic.
I imagine
the
there's gonna
tip.
be a surcharge,
The
but
tip.
It might be 21 up. Heavy anchor. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know.
Oh.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
We'll
it
double
is.
check, but I think they usually are.
Well, disregard what I just said
Yeah.
then.
I mean, if you're under 21, we'll just sneak you in. That's cool. I mean,
We'll
we
just
didn't
give you a
say
fake
that.
mustache,
Yeah, there we go.
and nobody will question it.
Or
Yeah.
we'll just give you lots of vitamin E, and you can grow a real mustache.
On second thought, if you can't grow a mustache, we don't want to hang out with you.
Take
So,
some beaver steroids.
we can throw some tunes on here.
All right.
Um,
What do you guys want to listen to?
do we have any suggestions?
Silver Tug is probably the best sounding one.
I say we play Blood and Guns.
No. Let's
Oh,
do.
come on,
How
Josh.
many can we do?
Sold
I usually do like one at the beginning, one at the end.
Okay, Silver Tongue
you
at
got-
the beginning,
If you got, if we,
Salt on Wound at the end.
okay.
Salt on Wound you can find on that's on the War of Art EP, and that's on iTunes and
Spotify.
Spotify and
Spotify.
And you got
I'd say Silver Tongue and Salt and Wound.
and we got an official Pirate Signal, Facebook, Twitter, and all that fun stuff. Right?
PirateSignalMusic.com, or Facebook / Pirate Signal Music. And
PiratesignalMusic.com will have links to anything that you need.
Or if
Yeah.
you're real old school, you can just come to our houses and we'll hand you a CD. Because
Nice.
we're people.
Just Google Pirate Signal, and if you find a rap band, that's the wrong one.
What was one on Spotify? It was like
Pirate Signal. The Pirate
Pirate
Signal.
Signal
the
is a rap
Pirate
group
Signal.
out of Denver.
And then there's a Pirate Signal,
What
which
was,
is an album by Rinkadink.
yeah,
That's the same. That's the band. That's the Pirate Signal.
yeah, Rink-a-Dink.
Yep.
Nothing against them. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If you
I think
find
that's-
the Pirate Signal, it's a different thing.
And I think that's what is Rinkadink EDM, I think.
Yeah, that's what I've.
Rinky-dink is
I saw that and I was like, what is this?
But that, the Pirate Signal is not us. We
Yeah.
are Pirate Signal.
Yeah. I'll throw some tunes on, and so thanks so much, guys. I appreciate you taking some time out to hang and keeping me warm here in the van. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you,
man.
man. We
Thanks,
appreciate
Shane.
this. Like, I always love just seeing your updates of like who's playing where every night and stuff.
Yeah, happy,
Yeah, me
happy
too.
to help.
Yeah,
We're not going
No.
over
too.
beers in here.
So many.
Sorry, Josh. Your family van is going to smell like booze.
No, it was empty.
better
It was
not.
empty.
All right, guys, that's a wrap.
See ya.
So long, everybody.
Adios.
You know there's a time for beginnings, time for an ending. Never saw it coming. You were my only friend who saw me. I'm turning on another light. Silver dawn is slipping by my mission. I got a feeling things won't turn out right this time. I'm falling to another light. Bringing back hallucination. Time is an illusion. All blind to step on, crack but never scarred. This time I'm slipping to the other side.
Rock Paper Podcast, y'all.